Nadeem, good to have you back for another interview. It has been 4 months since the last one, so I look forward to hearing about all the changes that have happened to you. How are you?
I'm doing great, brother. It's good to be back. And yeah, life has changed tremendously.
Mhm.
So a couple updates. So far, I think last time I made 5K. So far, I've made 20. I've worked with some big names in the industry. My fitness has improved massively. And I'm looking forward for the future because I know it's going to be a lot brighter.
Good, good. I love that. So you said big names in the industry. I know a bit about that because after our interview, for the public, I hired you as my editor. So you've been doing the
Correct.
Twitter promo clips, you've been editing the videos. So I'd like to let everyone know that you're the man behind all that. And what other names go into your portfolio there?
So far, I've worked with Andrew Bass. I made a couple morning power up intros for him at the beginning, and I also currently work with Dylan Madden. Uh, I've done some vlogs, I've done some fitness vlogs, some videos here and there, and I've been helping him with that. And then I have some other clients that unfortunately I can't disclose here, but it's been growing rapidly. And yeah, the changes that have happened in the past 4 months have been incredible for me physically, and the network has also been incredible to work with as well.
Beautiful. So yeah, huge changes. How did you get to working with Andrew Bass, with Dylan Madden? How did that come about?
Andrew Bass was more of like I did a bunch of work for him at the beginning. I was free, and all I wanted was to really just build a portfolio. So I think the first couple videos, it was a pointing power up video. He uploaded a link for people to upload their versions, and I've been involved in around two competitions, and I've won the first one, and the second one I came close to winning. But what he did do was actually go to my Instagram because I tagged him in it, and he left me a really cool message, and basically just pumped me up even more and told me that he watches this intro every day, and it gets him hype every morning. So that just like struck a nerve in me. I'm like, yo, that's amazing to hear. The guy who literally taught me copywriting was praising me for my videos. So that was great, and yeah, I'm working with Dylan Madden now as well. With Dylan Madden, he was looking for an editor, and I was the first one to just show up because at the number one lesson they teach you in the real world is speed. And I was gonna go to bed because that's when he uploaded it, but I'm like, listen, I'll get up, I'll put in my portfolio, get it or not, I did my job. So I sent him the videos. I think a week later, I got a response back, and I even messaged Andrew Bass. I told him, hey, I'm doing this work for Dylan. If you could like put a good word in for me, that would be amazing. So I used my past clients to be able to help me with my new ones. And he said yeah. So like I couldn't believe it. He said yeah. He sent him a message, and then Dylan actually messaged me back. He's like, hey, uh, Andrew spoke highly of you. We have this video coming up. We'd like you to do it and all that. And I made the video. He loved it. And ever since, we've been just, making content together. And it's been a blast. And I wish I could speak about my other clients, but no matter how much I want to, I really can't. But maybe hopefully down the line, I could, when the contract ends, I could, speak more about it.
So since you said Andrew Bass put in a good word for you to Dylan, is there any more to go into there about your relationship with Andrew Bass?
Yeah, Andrew Bass has been, which is the copywriting professor. He's been a great force in pushing my life forward and giving me that momentum. Because I remember uh, when I won the first Power Up intro, I basically won a video call with him. And that video call was delayed for a very long time. Of course, because it was mutual. He had things to do, and he wasn't getting back to me. And then I forgot about it, and I messaged him back, and we got on that video call. And that video call basically changed the whole direction of my life because at that time as I was in the real world at the beginning, I was like, I need some challenge. I need some, to change my life. I need to do something drastic. And I was like, okay, I'll go to the army. And I applied to the army. I took the tests. I took the ASVAB. I went to the fitness test. I did everything. Everything was done. And then when that video call happened, I got on the call with him, and he was like, "Hey Nadeem, what's up?" And he didn't say anything about copywriting. He didn't like want to check my copywriting because uh, in the message in the video call requirements, he's like, "I'll check your copywriting and we'll see what we could improve together." But it was literally not even that. He just literally started off by saying, "Talk to me." I was like, "Okay." And it just that those three words just made me like open up to him, and I told him about my life and all that. And he's a copywriting genius. The fact that he used just three words to like get me to open up was like insane. So I was thinking about that. And then I basically told him about the direction I was taking my life. And he's like, he brought up his experience in the army. And he was telling me, do you really want to join? This is what happened to me. This is what happened. And he gave me a piece of like knowledge. And he told me what he was going through when he joined the army because it was my age when he joined, which was 26. And now he's 30. So he told me how like it wasn't something that you're chasing because your reasons are not the reasons people go to the army. And I told him I was chasing discipline. He said, "You're not gonna find discipline." I was chasing that. You're not gonna find that. I was chasing this. You're not gonna find this. He was basically like, and coming from him, a man who's actually been in the army and all that, it just like pointed me in the right direction because I was ready. I was going. And if I had gone, I wouldn't have been in this position to like, completely make my income online, live such a great life, help my family, be with my little brother. Cause I was going to leave my little brother and I was thinking about it. I'm like, why would I leave him? Like, it doesn't make sense. I have to be a good role model for him. So I have to be here and I have to show him that I'm actually doing the work. So it was just clarity, like straight up clarity. And he told me how his life has been improved ever since doing certain things, and he gave me some tips on work and tips on fitness and all that. And it was just great to hear from somebody who's been through it, who's actually gone to the army. Because all the people I were talking to, they've never gone, they've never experienced it. They were just giving me you know half answers, and so that's where the conviction came from. I was so convinced to join, but yeah, he basically helped me out in life and gave me a really good direction to go to, and I'm very happy that I got on that call with him. And I want to give a shout out to him as well for basically changing the whole trajectory of my life, and it's been amazing, and I'm really happy that I got on that call with him. I messaged him a few days ago, letting him know what's been happening, and he responded to me back, and it was just like it's a very good feeling to know that there's someone out there that actually like cares and who's looking forward to see you succeed. And yeah, that was my Andrew Bass story basically.
Yeah, that is beautiful. And it's interesting just how much one conversation with someone like that can change the trajectory of your life.
Yeah, I've never talked to like a millionaire. I've never talked to like an actual mentor, like a real person that's great at what they do. And so it was just amazing to see someone with so much knowledge basically just giving basic information. A lot of times we make things complex in our head and we overcomplicate it and we try to look at it from different angles. But sometimes you just need to ground yourself and just look at it from like, a non-binary standpoint. This is A, this is B. This is what's going to happen if you do this. This is what's going to happen if you do that. So what do you value most? And I valued family. I valued values. I valued working from wherever I want. I was gonna go there 4 years of just army, just being a slave and doing whatever they want me to do. And it's a bit hard when you're older because you have the tendency to be like to go against orders and all that. But when you're younger, you're very malleable, and people could tell you do this and you'll do it. And then I'm fighting for a country that I'm not really proud of what they're doing. So I never took that into account. I never took the account of like, oh, this is America, this is what I'm going to be fighting for. And so it just was basic logic. And coming from him, it meant, a lot because he's been through it. So I think sometimes you just need to actually talk with the right person instead of like talk to five people or six people and get like, little answers here and there.
Awesome. So yeah, great to hear all the successes you're having. And what you said about debating, do I go to bed? Do I just send it off now? I mean, I've had that before as well. And yeah, it's taking that chance, as in taking that not letting your mind convince you otherwise, and actually just getting up, doing what needs to get done. I know. Then I wake up in the morning and I realize, oh wow, I mean, it's a good thing I done that, because otherwise, yeah, I would have missed out on this opportunity. And it applies quite a few times in my life that has happened. So similar in your case as well.
Yeah, because also they teach you in the real world to like they mainly teach you that it's very competitive out there, and especially when you go in the real world, you see all these video editors, you know, showing their work, making reels, going in the affiliate marketing. Like you see a lot of stuff being done, and then you're like, okay, if I wait today and upload it tomorrow, then he's probably gonna have like a bunch of like messages sent his way. So I'm like, it's better to do it early, so at least you show up like on time. It's like a great first impression. And then if your work matches, you know, your work ethic and it matches yeah the vibe that they want to portray and all that, then it's just a plus. But definitely, if it's happened multiple times too. I always went to bed and I see someone put like, "Oh, apply for this, apply for that." So it's always speed. Speed is number one, and it could go a long way.
Okay. So since you've had all these clients, you've made a quite substantial amount of money since our last interview. Has your lifestyle changed at all since then?
It's definitely changed with regards to like comfort level because now I could definitely like help my parents, pay rent. I could help them pay like some expenses. Before I couldn't just go out and just buy whatever I wanted because I was always looking at my bank account. And now I just go without checking the card and just literally like buy whatever I want, do whatever I want. And I could definitely right now just travel and live off grid and do whatever I want. But I feel like this is home base and I get much done when I'm here. I have my whole setup. I have the internet access is great. I don't know how it's going to be in other countries. So even though I could do that, in the back of my head, it makes me happy that I could do it and I'm able to do it and financially and all that. But I'm still here and I'm still working hard. But yeah, life has changed dramatically. I'm able to go to a boxing gym, pay for that. You know, I'm able to do literally whatever I want, and it's all because of the real world.
Beautiful. And since you mentioned boxing gym, what are your goals with that?
Yeah, so hopefully I want to be able to, and I'm putting it here on camera, so I promise myself as well. But I hope to have my first professional fight, before I turn maybe like, I know training is going to take a lot of time. So hopefully before I turn 27, I can have my first professional fight. If not then maybe around 28. But I'm thinking a bit more realistically because I know how intense it's going to be and how mentally draining and physically draining it's going to be. But yeah, I've always wanted to get into a fight. College has gotten in the way, work has gotten in the way. But now that I'm able to work from wherever I want and I'm getting my income, solely from online, then I'm able to have a bunch of free time to be able to, go and try all these new things out and try a bunch of things that I've never done before and really like evolve myself as a person. And it's been a great journey.
Good, beautiful. So you said boxing, all the clients you made. Now, is there any more to add on how has your average day changed in these past 4 months? So from before and to now.
Yeah, so I think it was before our first interview, it was just like very bleak life because everything was just so everything was down. When you don't have money and you don't have like resources and a good brotherhood and a good network, you just feel like you're useless and you try to you know different things like you do smoking, you hang out with a bunch of bad people and all that. So ever since I really joined and really started taking this seriously, I knew it was going to take some time to adjust and I knew it was going to it's going to be a whole new life, but I was ready for it. And yeah, and right now I'm a Muslim, so before I wasn't praying as much as I wanted to, but now I'm praying every day, and I'm waking up early to pray. And whatever chance I get, I try to like read the Quran and try my best to just become an overall better Muslim. And I've taken my fitness very seriously because they go hand in hand. Tate said like everything is work, and it never really like dawned on me what he meant by that. But when I sleep good, I work better. When I go to the gym and my dopamine is like sky high, I work better. When I eat good, I work better. So my whole lifestyle has been centered around just improving every aspect of my life to make sure that my work is a reflection of that. And that's been the main difference between me and a lot of other people who just work and that's it. I think if you really want to work your best, you have to have a good balance, and that good balance comes from improving every aspect of your life, whether it be fitness, the food you eat, the things you drink, and getting out in the sun, going out in nature. Those things are actually very important. And it was Andrew Bass who actually he had one of his morning power ups. He said that every morning he goes up and he goes for I think he goes on a drive in his car around really beautiful landscapes and nature and tries to just get away from all the work. And coming from someone like him that works his ass off every day, I knew that uh, there was some philosophy in that, because it does help and it does make you work better and it does declutter your brain. So just I think the real world was a main aspect in just making me more focused and just noticing these patterns and stop hanging around bad people and all that. So yeah, my life has improved dramatically, and my average day now just consists of work and just self improvement and diet and working out and just an overall better lifestyle.
Right. Thank you for those insights. A very interesting look into your life. So, since you're doing so much, what do you say to people, or what would you say to people who say that is excessive, not giving yourself time to relax?
You have to take a good hard look at your life and really understand that these dreams that you have of becoming a millionaire and driving these beautiful cars and meeting all these beautiful women and going to all these nice places, it comes at a cost. You could take 5K and just go to Dubai. I mean, it's going to finish pretty quickly, then you're back to your old lifestyle. You're dragged to it. So to be that type of person that's going to really truly enjoy these things when they do happen, you have to monetize on the present, and you have to really try your best to become the best version of you. And that does take excessive work, no matter what anybody tells you. Yes, you can, declutter your brain, like the examples I gave before of drink your coffee, get some more energy, go take a walk, go to the gym. You can do those things, but you do have to be excessive. You do have to be hungry, and you have to understand that there's people out there that are literally willing to do the work and give up their time, their money, and their family, the family time, just to build that lifestyle. And they're doing it for a good cause too. It's not like they're doing it for selfish causes. They want to get there to be able to help their family. They want to get there to be able to, secure their part of the world. And I think it takes a lot of excessive work, especially coming from a person who never worked hard in their life and just had 9 to 5s and just, followed the basic blueprint of life of just going to school and doing all this, this matrix stuff, basically. I never wanted to use that word, but it really is. It's like you're living a life that you don't want to. And in the back of your head, you're dreaming of all these scenarios happening and the girl that you like is liking you back and all that. I think Jay Waller said it before, because I always had this problem of trying to be cool with girls and actually impress them and all that. But Jay Waller said something. He's like, if you look good, if you're financially secure, if you're overall a good human being, and you're literally confident in yourself just because of those things, the financial and the physical and all that, you could literally go say the dumbest thing to a girl. She'll laugh and she'll take your number. It's literally nothing to them. But if you're not that confident, if you don't have that money, if you don't have that lifestyle, then yeah, you have to really try to get that girl. You really have to try your best to impress her and to show her that you're this and you're that. But really, you could just be that guy, and they're going to be just you're going to be a magnet, and they're going to be gravitated to you automatically. And so that caught my attention, because I've never seen anybody put it so simply, but it really does make sense. I think, 3 years ago or 4 years ago was the best shape of my life, and I'm trying to get there again. And I would literally just talk to girls, and they would just, and remembering back, I was so corny. I was very corny. And I would just talk to girls, and they would just laugh and just get my number, and we'd go out and we'd have dates and all that. And I was like corny, very corny. But it was because I looked good. It was because I felt good. It was because like, I had money coming in. Yeah, I worked a day job, but I had a lot of money. So it was stuff like that just caught my attention, and I think you have to live both lives to understand the true meaning of the one that 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 good lifestyle. You have to have lived both lives to really understand how valuable it is to be free, to have your own money, to not depend on anyone, to be physically, a physical specimen. And yeah, I think if you're on this journey, then you have to work hard. Excessive work is mandatory.
Right. And speaking of the polarity between both lifestyles, now that you're living this lifestyle of having the freedom of working in your own time, are you learning any other skills from the real world? Because earlier you mentioned copywriting from Andrew Bass. Have you purely gone into video editing now, or are you learning other things as well?
So I've taken a peek at the new UGC campus. I've been analyzing those and taking those lessons in. There's a lot of stuff that I already know, but I like basically reaffirming my beliefs and reaffirming the things I already know. And it's been a great help, and I've seen some amazing success come from there. And a lot of these kids are very young and they're making huge sums of money. So I wanted to see what that was about. Uh, what I've taken seriously, mainly these past couple of weeks, was copywriting and just overall video editing. I don't see a reason to go and dive into a whole new aspect when I'm not even like the best at what I do. So I know that there's going to be video editors out there that are going to blow you out of your seats with their visuals and motion graphics and like textures and all that. So I wanted to be that guy first before I start putting my feet into other territories. But in the future, I do think that I want to try e-commerce because I do want something reoccurring, and I want something that's low maintenance in the long term. So I wanted to try my hand at that, but mainly business mastery, copywriting. The sales course just got released. Arnold did a sales course on business mastery, which has been incredibly helpful. It's amazing. And he did an interview with someone. He did an interview with one of his captains, and that's been very great to listen to, and I learned a lot of lessons there. But yeah, overall, just video editing, business mastery, copywriting, and a little bit of the UGC campus as well, which is the content creation campus.
All right. Yeah, I like what you said about having to go all in into one thing first and not branching out too much. It's nice to learn some things on the side, but yeah, focusing on one thing, and then once you feel like you've mastered it, then branching out completely makes sense.
Yeah,
And all the best when you do start going into e-commerce. Yeah, I look forward to maybe next interview. You can give an update on that, on how that went, or maybe in two interviews. Again, depends on when you start.
for sure.
Then, since you're on this trajectory, where do you see your life heading in short term, medium term, long term?
Um, I remember last time I said like a phrase that because I watched my interview like yesterday just to see how I was, and I remember I said like, oh, this was last interview. I said, if you asked me this question like a year ago, I would say my life is heading in the gutter. And just looking back, I was like, damn, I was so down. I was so like, but it was true. I really felt that way because I really felt like my life was heading in the gutter. But it's the reality when you're hanging around bums, when you're hanging around bad people and bad, you know, just a bunch of losers. That's what happens. You start gaining their mentality. But now that I've shown myself that I could do it and that I'm capable and that it's real and it's something that I could definitely do with my time. I feel like I could definitely, hopefully, I haven't made 10K a month yet. I want to get to 10K a month. If I get to 10K a month, a lot of problems will be solved and a lot of like financial issues and hopefully I could help my dad out a lot more. But still the same goals as last time. I still do want to, become the best version. I do want to retire my dad, and professional boxing is on my radar. So I want to become professional, not boxing, but professional fighting in general, because I know when you're at a gym, they just give you whatever fight that they could get sometimes. So it could be MMA, it could be kickboxing, could be boxing, whatever it is. I want to be ready for that. And I want to travel a lot more. I'm not sure where, but yeah, I just want to travel a lot more because I've been to a lot of places, but now I could go to those places and actually really enjoy it and make money while doing it. Because before I used to just save up money and just go and then come back and go back to my 9 to 5 because the money was done. But now I feel like I could definitely like, live there for longer and get accustomed to a much like brighter life and better lifestyle. But yeah, overall, retire my dad, become a professional fighter, and just travel a lot more. Those are my three main goals.
And in terms of traveling, what places are you planning on going to?
Well, definitely, I've always been like infatuated with Japan, so I always wanted to go there. It's because I was always into a lot of video games and stuff like that. So whenever I look in the back, it's always made in Japan. So I was like, oh, I want to go to Japan. But now, as I grew up, it has a very beautiful nature scene, so I want to try that out. But definitely Romania. I've been interested in Romania for like, years now. But I've always wanted to go to Romania. Definitely travel to Thailand. Every trip I've booked to Thailand has been canceled. And then COVID came, and that made it even worse. And that's one of the reasons why I traveled to all these other places because I was trying to go to Thailand, but then it was closed. So I'm like, okay, we have to go somewhere else. So I rather went to Portugal, tried to go to Thailand again, got canceled. Then I went to Spain, tried to go to Thailand again, then it got canceled. Then I went somewhere else. So I really want to try to get to Thailand. I don't know what the deal is. But yeah, Thailand, visit my country, Egypt, go back. My family's waiting for me there. I want to see them. And now I could hopefully actually, be more comfortable over there and not worry about, where the money's coming from and all that. So yeah, definitely Egypt, Romania, Japan is on my list. But, I don't discriminate countries. I'll go anywhere. I really don't care, because I know you can always learn something. And there's so many things that I've learned from traveling to Spain, for example, that I had no idea were even real. Like I remember going to Spain, I'm like, this exists? Like just overall, the culture and the customs that people are used to, it opens your eyes up to a lot of things. And traveling was one of the reasons why I wanted to make money online because it was like, I can't be stuck to a 9 to 5. I have to travel and really see the world. And of course, work has taken over my life, but I do feel that I have to work hard now because I could then enjoy the fruits of my labor later and actually be like, okay, I built it. I did this. Now I'm living here. Now I'm living there. And yeah, that's when it comes to traveling. I don't discriminate. I want to go everywhere. Really, it's gonna be amazing.
Okay, completely fair. And I was surprised to hear Romania. Just quickly, what was the reason for saying Romania?
Well, I'm glad you asked that because my favorite movie in the world is in the world. I think I watched it like 50 times. Is The Necessary Death of Charlie Countryman, and it was starring Shia LaBeouf and like all that. It was like a love story, but I watched it when I was really young, and I just grew up and went back to it and went back to it, and it was based in Romania. And I was like, this is such a beautiful country, and this is such an amazing vibe that I'm getting from this place. I've always wanted to go, and it just seemed like it was like Egypt, but European, of course. But it was like the same vibe that I get from Egypt because you got kids running around the streets footless, and all the people are very nice and they're open, and that's what I got from the movie. And it just I'm like, okay, there's actually a European country like that. I'd love to visit it. So that was one of the main reasons. And then I found out about Tate, and he was in Romania. I'm like, oh wow, and Romania looks much better now because he's showing all these places in Tate Confidential and all that. So that just made me want to go to Romania much more. But it was because of that one movie that I've just watched endless times. And I fall in love with Romania because of that. And hopefully I get to go there one day.
Interesting. Okay. Did not expect that. Thank you again for that unique story. And since you mentioned Tate, I don't remember if I asked last time, what kind of an impact has Tate had on you?
Insane impact. Uh, it's also surreal, to put it lightly, that I see him sometimes on his account. I know Luke sometimes shares the videos that we make on Tate's account, so it's just surreal to see that the work we're doing is on Tate's channel, Tate's Twitter, and it just like I'm like mind boggling. I'm like, okay, he's literally sharing, the stuff that I'm editing, and it just makes you want to push much further and make the next video much better. And Andrew Bass has also shared a lot of our stuff, retweeted it, and I'm like, that's insane. Like Andrew, like my professor, he was my professor. I was watching him day in day out, and now he's sharing the stuff that we're making. So it's really nice. But overall, he's left a great impression on me. He's helped me with a lot of like struggles in life, and he has he has knowledge in everything, in a lot of things. Not everything, but he has knowledge in a lot of things, which is great because you could hear somebody who's gone through it and take lessons from it and knowledge, and not make the same mistakes that other people are making, and it just gives you a level up in life. And the lessons that he gives are just like I always remember it. Like for example, if I'm with bad friends, I always remember, you're the five people that you hang around with. You're the sum of the five people you hang around with. So I'm like bad friends. I remember it. I'm like, okay, bad. If I don't want to go to the gym, I remember life is work. You have to do this if you ever want to do that. I just like it's always these phrases that in my head that I remember from Tate that get me moving and they get me motivated and they get me wanting to give life 100%. You only live once, and you have to make the most out of it. And so that's been, Tate's been a very big influence in my life, and I hope one day I get to meet him. Hopefully, I was actually thinking of this the other day. It would be amazing because you've never gotten interviewed. It would be amazing for Tate to interview you, or you be on a call with him. That would be incredible. That would be like a great thing to see. And overall, he's been great. He's been amazing, and yeah, I'm looking forward to the future much more optimistically because I'm following Tate, and yeah, I hope uh, I hope it just gets better from here, which it will.
Awesome. And yeah, of course it will. So, as I said, I look forward to seeing the progress in 3 months. And to end off, for people who are unsure about joining the real world, maybe they're thinking it could be a scam for the $50. What advice would you have to them?
Um, So I actually edit the videos for the real world. I've seen, you know, I think almost 100 now stories of people coming from the gutter and people coming from third world countries and people who had like $30 and joined with their last, borrowed money and joined with their last 50, and they come out better than they've ever been before. And I'm talking like, you know, from 16-year-olds to 20 to all the way up to 50 to 60. Everybody's lives have changed because of the real world. And I think just having it as a source of knowledge, not that if you don't want to make money from it, that's fine. If you already have a job, that's okay. But as a source of knowledge, as a source of of enlightenment, it's more valuable than you could ever imagine. And it's always updated daily. There's always new courses coming out. There's always new campuses coming out. There's one coming out very soon that's going to teach you how to, revolutionary tools that you could use in AI and how to become, future proof and have one of the most demanding jobs in the world. And it's going to give you a head start in life. And I think everybody that really wants to take their life seriously and take it to that next level and just improve overall their health, their fitness, their money making skills, their mindset. The real world is the tool that you need to be able to conquer all those and do much more with your life.
Very well said, Nadeem. And yeah, thank you for all the work you do. I'm sure you're just as inspired from all those stories as I am, seeing everyone that
100%.
come from the gutter and now they're doing so well in their lives. It's so amazing to see. And yeah, I look forward to your story in future, how much things develop for you, and to future interviews as well. And for people who want to find out more about you or contact you, where can they do so?
If you want to message me, if you're in the real world and you want to message me, then you could just type in Nadeem, Nadeem, on the real world. You could find me there and message me and add me as a friend. And I have basically my portfolio on Instagram where you could message me there also for work or just in general questions, which is N97 Visuals. And yeah, if you message me there, I'll be more likely to respond faster. And yeah, I hope to hear from you guys soon.
Go. So I'll add those to the description of the video. And yeah, Nadeem, I look forward to next interview. As I said, thank you very much for all the insights you shared. I mean, it's great to see how solid of a speaker you are. And I'd say there's definitely a change from last interview, which is, as always, amazing to see. So
Thank you so much.
all the best to you. And yeah, we'll keep in touch because you're my editor.
Yeah, we'll talk soon.
Right. See you.